Let me start by asking you guys, I mean, I'm a huge fan, like I said, of the original series, and I just thought you guys totally nailed this one.
Thank you.
I loved, and I think other fans of the original series are going to love the Easter eggs that are in here. I mean, you got the chainsaw, you got the necklace, the tool shed, the Oldsmobile, and all sort of the classic stuff. How did you decide what elements of Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 you wanted to incorporate in this film?
Really, the exercise we did since, I mean, from the moment we started writing was putting to the test of time every idea of the original film. Like every aspect of the original film, didn't matter how classic or iconic it was, our job was to test it and see, okay, this is relevant for a modern audience or not. You know, you cannot bring stuff just for the sake of doing it, because then the new audience is going to be, you know, they're not going to understand what's going on, right? So you really have to test every one of the ideas. And so the one that made it to a new version are the coolest stuff from the original film, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Originally, the tree rape wasn't in the script.
Yeah, no.
And I got an email from my manager at the time that subject tree rape, and then it said, do you know about the original scene with the tree rape? How do you feel about it being put back in? And it was like one of my favorite emails I've ever gotten from my manager.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy it's a part of this movie.
How familiar were you with the original series and, you know,
Zero.
the fan base that it has?
Yeah. I had never even heard of the Evil Dead when I heard about the project. I watched the film after I got the job. I've still only seen the original Evil Dead. I haven't seen any of the sequels. I know, it's like so lame, disgusting, and shameful. I'm really sorry. But
it was a good thing. I asked her not to watch the film at some point. And I asked all of them, like the one that haven't seen the film, and I was like, don't watch it now. I think it helped everybody to really, you know, not trying to recreate or not trying to imitate. And that's why, in general, I think the film has that fresh thing that doesn't feel like it's trying to copy anything. Because, you know, I didn't want to put these guys in the place, oh, we have to try to, you know, imitate whatever the actors did in the original, right?
Which we never did, but there was, like, the tree rape, and then there was one other moment, but I was really excited to play homage to the original, was the trap door.
Right,
The
of course.
peeking the head out of the cellar was really, really fun to play with.
Well, to that point, let me ask you as a director, I mean, Sam Raimi was so specific, the way he shot the first, really the whole trilogy, but the first two films. I mean, with the push-ins and the close-ups and the POV from the forest, and you incorporated a lot of that, but made it your own. Can you talk about how you did that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was very important to try to keep doing things my way, right? Because I thought, like, going into an Evil Dead movie, people expect some kind of language, and I was trying to get that out of my head. But there was, you know, a couple of things that I knew that I had to shoot in a certain way because they're so iconic. And for me, at the end, it was a way to have a Sam Raimi cameo in the movie, right? So when you have the four shots and all that is kind of an homage to Sam and bringing his style to the movie. And the first, you know, 25 minutes of the movie, there's a couple of those very Sam Raimi-esque things. But I want to try to keep it to a minimum and then just shot it as I always shot the same thing, right?
It really works. So Jane, let me ask you, do you think it really helped to sort of have Mia have this drug addiction that she was dealing with to sort of ground the film in a certain reality?
Yeah, I think the backstory for all the characters was important. Yeah. You need to care about them. And I thought the relationship between David and Mia was a really important part, too. It added more hysteria to be going through withdrawal. But yeah.
Well, finally, let me ask you about a sequel, because it's inevitable. I mean, this movie kills it. You're definitely going to want to do one. I've heard you say it wouldn't be a remake of Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn. There would be its own standalone film.
Exactly, which is very exciting because it's going to be for the first time like a completely new story for an Evil Dead movie. And we're already writing it, so we'll see where it goes. But it has to be, whatever we think it's going to be, it shouldn't be that. Otherwise, we won't be doing a good job. It has to surprise you. It has to take you by surprise and throw you off balance like every Evil Dead movie did after the previous one, right? Every Evil Dead was always so different from the previous one. We have to keep doing that, I guess.
And in some way, this one is really a sequel to the original series as well.
It is. It's more of a new movie on the universe. Yeah, it's definitely a new chapter. But it's built, you know, from the basic ideas from the first film too. So I think it's the two things at the same time. It's going to,
they live in the same universe.
Evil Dead is such a complex saga in a way, right? Like it's not straightforward 1, 2, 3, right? They even changed the title by the third one. So there you go. You know, like we like to do that, and Sam loved to do that. Like, you know, you have to surprise everybody with the things.